Recently, Vietnam successfully introduced its first domestically produced medical IoT chip, which has been warmly welcomed by the international community. Welcome back, dear viewers, to the latest episode of *Tuyet Mat. Ladies and gentlemen, from a country once considered backward, where even simple screws had to be imported from abroad. Now, Vietnam has made remarkable advancements in the field of science and technology, making global powers rethink their perception of us. This has become even more evident in recent times. The world was stunned to learn that Vietnam successfully developed IoT chips for medical applications. So what exactly happened? How could such a tiny chip amaze so many countries? On September 28, 2024, FPT Corporation officially launched its first semiconductor chip line, designed and manufactured in Vietnam by Vietnamese researchers. According to FPT, this line of chips will be sent to a factory in South Korea for production and packaging. In the next 2 years, FPT plans to supply approximately 25 million chips to the market. The chip line researched and designed by FPT can be applied in the Internet of Things, IoT, field, serving medical services and products. On his personal page, Mr. Du Sao Bao, a member of the board of directors of FPT Group, stated, "The FPT logo has officially been printed on the medical IoT chip, marking the step from idea to reality. The FPT IoT healthcare chip has officially become a commercial product, highly praised by customers for its quality and proven effectiveness." Here are the natural English translations for the given Vietnamese texts. According to Mr. Bao, the size of the chip is quite small, specifically 3.5 mm by 4.5 mm. According to reports, this is the first line of microchips applied in Internet of Things, IoT, products specifically designed for the healthcare sector. FPT Semiconductor officially launched the product on September 28, 2022. This is an integrated semiconductor chip line designed and structured entirely by the company's own engineers, tailored to meet the specific needs of specialized industries and products. The complete design was transferred from Vietnam to the factory in Korea for production and final product packaging. The company's first client has now become a strategic partner, distributing FPT Semiconductor's chip products in the markets of Australia, Taiwan, and China. FPT Semiconductor is a subsidiary of FPT Software, under the FPT Corporation, specializing in designing and manufacturing VMAX chips. According to the plan over the next 2 years, FPT Semiconductor is expected to supply 25 million chip units to the global market. The company also aims to launch 7 new chip lines on the market in 2023. The paragraph serves various technological fields such as cloud computing, IoT, lighting devices, and smart devices. Technology in the automotive, energy, electronics, and refrigeration industries. Mr. Bao further shared that customers are expected to consume 5 million chips in 2023 and 25 million chips over the next 3 years. So what exactly is this chip, and why is it said that Vietnam has made waves by producing it on its own? The Internet of Things, IoT, refers to a network of interconnected smart devices. Communication through integrating sensors, semiconductors, software, and other technologies into objects to establish connections and exchange data with other devices, appliances, and systems via the Internet. In recent years, IoT has been regarded as one of the most important technologies of the 21st century. Thanks to IoT, everyday familiar items like water heaters, door locks, screens, or lights can be easily controlled from mobile devices. With just an internet connection, no matter where you are, humans and machines can communicate seamlessly, ensuring smooth operations. Following current trends, most manufacturers are implementing and applying IoT technology to optimize maintenance, forecasting, and future product upgrades. This helps enhance productivity, improve availability, and increase the product's value. According to a July 2022 survey by Economics Time, companies under the Trixted IoT group recorded a significant increase in orders in the Indian market. Europe is no exception to the trend, as major corporations in the market are intensifying efforts to integrate IoT into every product, even the smallest ones. semiconductor chip manufacturing industry is growing rapidly and is considered one of the world. According to data from Bloomberg, among the top 20 fastest growing chip manufacturers in the world in 2021, 19 were companies headquartered in China. Entry into the market and the launch of its Made in Vietnam IoT semiconductor chip line is a promising sign, affirming that Vietnam. The semiconductor chip is mounted on microchips, capable of smooth electrical conduction, enabling the operation of various modern electronic devices and components. All components such as integrated circuits, microchips, semiconductor chips, and electronic sensors are manufactured from semiconductor materials. They enable machines to perform core functions such as controlling operations, processing information, storing data, managing input-output, sensing the environment, and wireless connectivity. Therefore, these chips play an essential role in every emerging technology, from artificial intelligence, quantum computing, next-generation wireless networks, blockchain applications, 5G to drones, robots, video games, and wearable tech devices. Semiconductor chips may not be overly expensive, but they play a pivotal role. It can be said that they are the foundation of modern technology. Experts note that the semiconductor chip shortage is posing an extremely significant challenge to industries. According to survey data, in 2021, the stockpile of key semiconductor chips for industrial production was only sufficient for an average of 5 days, a sharp decline from the 40-day reserve level in 2019. Industry experts warn that the current critically low stockpile of semiconductor chips is an extremely concerning issue, as even a single disruption in this supply could paralyze the entire supply chain. The low average reserve level is due to semiconductor chip manufacturers struggling to supply input materials or operating at full capacity to meet order demands. Indeed, according to the Jabin report, semiconductor material supplies began to dwindle when the COVID-19 pandemic intensified in 2020. Due to the rising demand for electronic devices, while many factories were forced to temporarily shut down to prevent the spread of COVID-19, bottlenecks occurred from the supply of materials to production. Most semiconductor chip orders since early summer have faced wait times ranging from 3 to 50 weeks. According to statistics from some suppliers, the current number of orders only accounts for 1.5% of the factory's capacity. This means the factory can only meet about 2/3 of the semiconductor chip order demand. A commonly proposed solution is to build more semiconductor chip factories, but in reality, this is far from simple. Constructing a factory typically takes an average of 5 to 7 years with very high costs, often exceeding $10 billion. Therefore, current semiconductor chip orders have virtually no other choice but to wait. The chip design process requires deep expertise and the arrangement of integrated circuits in an extremely logical order. Today, semiconductor chips are all manufactured by connecting multiple transistors together. Create a complex electrical circuit capable of receiving and processing information. The size of transistors has significantly shrunk over the decades. This enables engineers to design and produce chips that are both powerful in processing capability and optimally energy efficient. These improvements make semiconductor chips more versatile, allowing for applications in various electronic fields. According to digital integrated circuit theory and design, the semiconductor chip design process is divided into multiple distinct stages. Every step is meticulously checked, including system design, logic design, circuit design, layout drawing, manufacturing, and testing. The semiconductor chip design process requires engineers to have high expertise and adhere to a strict multi-step design procedure. Success in the design field once again affirms Vietnam. Thanks to FPT's success, we can now proudly declare to the world that Vietnam has mastered chip manufacturing technology. At the recent seminar on solutions and policy mechanisms for developing the semiconductor chip industry in Vietnam, reports indicated that currently, around 30 foreign companies from Japan, the US, Taiwan, China, and South Korea are investing in Vietnam. These companies employ up to 5,000 engineers, with the capability to handle all aspects of the design process. Alongside that, many major global corporations, including TIC Design, have opened branches in Vietnam to leverage the pool of highly skilled engineers and competitive salary levels. Electronics companies like Synapse, Pyrovo, Renesat, and Microchip have trained thousands of chip design engineers in Vietnam. Innovation, connection, breakthrough. Mr. Trong Gia, chairman of FPT Group, emphasized that he hopes global corporations will not only see Vietnam as a destination with low land costs, not because of cheap labor, but see Vietnam as a hub of innovation and creativity. Vietnam needs to become a country with a robust young workforce and a quality education system, thereby sending a strong message to investors that invest here to develop new technologies in Vietnam. According to Mr. Bin, Vietnam has many highly capable experts working in this field. Ho Chi Minh City needs to become a hub for top experts in artificial intelligence and big data. Vietnam has successfully produced its own semiconductor chips. Now, it must persevere to reach the decisive stage, conquering the pinnacle of global technology. In the Fourth Industrial Revolution, also known as the Digital Revolution, data and artificial intelligence are the most critical factors. Thanks to these advancements, Vietnam has also reduced its reliance on imported chips. Made in Vietnam. Mr. Nguyen Vinh Quang, director of FPT Semiconductor, shared about the current chip production situation. The passage was mentioned during Prime Minister Pham Minh Chin's working session at the Hoa Lac High-Tech Park. According to Mr. Quang, semiconductors are one of the fields the corporation has invested in and developed over the past decade. Here are the natural English translations. This order has completed the research and development phase and officially moved into mass production since last month. The project is expected to be completed and handed over to our partner during the 2024-2025 period. Additionally, the company has just received an order for 2 million chips from a Japanese partner, which is expected to be exported next July. In 2023, the company will launch 7 new chip lines. Next year, the company will continue to develop and produce the IoT platform chip line for smart device applications. Application of IoT wristbands in agriculture, forestry, and aquaculture. Mr. Quang shared that the company has gone through 3 stages of development. Let's develop human resources by collaborating with foreign partners to implement projects, thereby gaining hands-on experience with advanced chip technologies. Designing chip solutions to deliver to customers, with the third step being the production of products under the brand Made in Vietnam, made by FPT. Amid the strong growth trend of the semiconductor industry, FPT proposes that the government create favorable conditions to focus on training high-quality human resources in Vietnam, particularly in chip design. Mr. Quang stated that from 2030 onward, the world will face a shortage of approximately 1 million workers in the semiconductor chip manufacturing industry. This shortage is considered most severe in developed countries, but at the same time, it also opens up opportunities for Vietnam. The corporation also proposed establishing a national center to support the semiconductor industry and develop long-term human resources, following a model similar to those of Japan and South Korea. Earlier, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chin noted that the corporation was on the right track and needed to further promote the development of information technology and digital transformation. Leverage the existing marine ecosystem to design and produce chips, while also training a suitable workforce. Through all the ups and downs and breakthroughs, the path focused on developing information technology, software design, and chip manufacturing is the most correct choice, both aligned with FPT's direction and keeping pace with global development trends. In the context of the nation, it is necessary to contribute to building an independent and self-reliant economy while closely integrating with the process of extensive international integration. The Prime Minister requested the Ministry of Education and Training, the Ministry of Science and Technology, the Ministry of Labor, Invalids and Social Affairs, the Ministry of Home Affairs, along with relevant ministries, agencies, and localities to collaborate on research. Propose solutions for training high-quality human resources to meet both short-term and long-term objectives. The Prime Minister also emphasized that establishing a resource connectivity center is an essential task that must be carried out. A specific strategy needs to be developed to attract investment in Vietnam's chip manufacturing industry. At the regular government meeting, the Prime Minister requested the Ministry of Planning and Investment to complete the National Innovation Center. At the same time, we will develop the chip production program. According to experts, Vietnam has full potential to become a global chip manufacturing hub. If we can leverage favorable factors, implement appropriate strategies, along with strong incentives and preferential policies for this sector. Mr. Steve Long, General Manager of Intel for the Asia-Pacific and Japan region, said, Vietnam is fully capable of building the necessary infrastructure and policies to advance its high-tech semiconductor manufacturing industry. Earlier, in August 2022, Viettel also made a strong entry into the field of chip research, design, and manufacturing, meeting domestic demand and aiming for export. Currently, alongside this chip, FPT Corporation has also achieved a series of breakthrough accomplishments in various other fields. On June 29, 2023, Comrade Dinh Thien Dung, member of the Politburo and Secretary of the Hanoi Party Committee, held an important working session with Comrade Nguyen Ton Dat, Minister of Science and Technology. The labor union conducted a survey and held discussions with FPT Software Limited Company, a member of FPT Group, at Hoa Lac High-Tech Park in Hanoi. Media plays an extremely vital role for FPT Corporation in particular and the information technology industry in general. The passage reflects the attention of Hanoi's city leadership and the Ministry of Science and Technology toward the development of high technology in Vietnam. FPT is one of the pioneering enterprises that invested in and achieved outstanding operational performance at Hoa Lac High-Tech Park. Universities, high schools, software research, and production facilities are all vital pieces in the field of information technology. In the field of information technology, FPT holds a leading position in highly potential segments globally. Thanks to the high-quality workforce from domestic universities, especially FPT University, along with a pool of Vietnamese international students. The year 2022 marked a significant milestone as FPT achieved $1 billion in revenue from the international market for the first time. Vietnam's export revenue from pepper and other key agricultural products surged strongly across all global markets last month, contributing 7.112 trillion Vietnamese dongs from the state budget, focusing on the world's most advanced and core technologies, such as artificial intelligence, AI, big data,